So today, I know I just did a video, but I decided to do a different one because, you know, I figured, why the not? So, I don't know. I try not to cuss, so, I mean, it will slip up every once in a while, but I mean, I try not to cuss as much as possible. So, I came across, me and my friends have been reading these actually for a couple days now, and they're the reviews of the sugar-free gummy bears from Haribo. I don't know if anybody's ever read these reviews, but oh my goodness gracious, they are so funny. I'm gonna read this one called "This Ruined My Life." It's about a paramedic actually, so this should be funny. It says, alright, we're gonna start right now. I don't know how long this is gonna be. As a paramedic, it is often difficult to not only eat at work, but to eat relatively healthy. I developed a sweet tooth one day, and if there's one thing I love, it's gummy snacks. Oh look, sugar-free gummy bears. I haven't had gummy bears since I was in middle school, I exclaimed to my partner, and the fact that they were sugar-free practically made them healthy, right? I downed quite a few of them on the way to the next call, and had finished the bag by the early August afternoon. In the oppressive southern heat, oh god, we were dispatched to an unconscious person. Oh crap. Sorry, I'm gonna pause every once in a while because I might just want to rant. As we traversed the city streets, I began to get cold chills and cramps. Oh shit. Despite the triple-digit temperatures. Oh no. My abdomen was obviously bloated and the noises, oh god, the noises. We arrived on scene and quickly loaded the critical patient into the ambulance. Oh god. I grabbed a firefighter to ride with me in case the patient crashed before we got to the emergency room. In the back, the pressure was building against my dirty rosebud. Literally, that's what it says. I had to release something, and thought that if I could just let some air out, that I might not have to change my pants. I leaned to the side, putting pressure on one cheek to try to sneak it out without being noticed. I was able to get it off without soiling myself, but the smell, oh my god. The fireman wrinkled his nose as I wiped the sweat from my face. Does she have a GI bleed? A neurotic bowel, yes? As soon as we hit the ER doors, I don't know what those mean, by the way, I'm not a doctor. As we hit the ER doors, I was off like a Kenyan on methamphetamine for the bathroom. I tried to use a hallway bathroom, but it was occupied. My only other option was the bathroom right outside the nurse's station. Oh shit. I mean, it was right outside the nurse's station. The door was a mere 5 feet from their desk. All those pretty young nurses. Oh, God, if you know where this is going. With no other option, I ran back, trying to keep my cheeks clenched. Oh, crap. The little staccato bursts of sulfuric farts punctuated each yard as I raced for the finish line, hoping that I could keep my chocolate starfish clenched tight enough to stem the tide. I ripped the door open and somehow managed to drop my pants without undoing my belt. How do you even do that? I don't even know. What erupted sounded like a steamroller driving through the bubble wrap factory. I knew it was audible from the nurse's station, and I nearly knocked a pretty blonde out of her chair during my mad dash. As the sense of relief from the pressure washed over me, so did the smell. It smelled like someone took a bag of dirty diapers, filled it with rotting body parts, and let it sit in the sun for 2 weeks. Oh god, that smells horrible. I sat there for double order with the sort of cramps that make one pray for death. Tanya, what is that smell? Came a voice from outside the door. I knew there was no escaping with my dignity intact. I sent a text to my know when she was ready to leave. Sorry, that noise you just heard was my messenger. And this. Okay, hold on. When she replied, I dashed from the bathroom back to the ambulance. I gotta go home. I'm sick, I told her. I started back for the station, and we're a few miles away when we witnessed a car wreck. Oh gosh. It's gonna be prolonged. The kind of car wreck where you know someone is injured, and it's hard to sneak past when you're an enormous truck that says ambulance. We had more units responding, and if I could just keep from sharding, I don't know what that's supposed to be, I'd be okay. I'd stepped out of the truck, cramping and sweating, and knew I was in over my head. My partner walked to one car and climbed into the back of the ambulance. I looked around desperate for relief. I spotted the biohazard trash can. I locked the doors and squatted over the can. It was small, and I knew I couldn't put my weight on it without breaking it. Oh god, no. Fleetingly, I considered the wisdom of this decision, but by then the floodgates on my rusty sheriff's badge had opened, and I had sprayed pure fecal evil into the can. Oh god! Now let me say that ambulances and all the parts and equipment on them are built by the lowest bidder. This includes the locks on the doors. Attempting to retrieve a piece of equipment, my partner tried the door. Thinking the lock was just stuck, she pulled on the handle hard. The mechanism broke, and we locked eyes as I unleashed another volley of pure, concentrated gummy death that sounded like two events happening at once. The sound of wet denim ripping. Oh god! And like trying to burp with a mouthful of pudding. Luckily she did not see my sausage and manberries. As I was cupping them in one hand to keep them from being sprayed with poo mist. I'm sorry, I'm so sick. Shut the door, I screamed. Actually, shut the door is in all caps, so it's like, shut the door! I screamed. The door slammed, and I managed to find an extra sheet, which I cut up and wiped with. Oh, God. Now the next question. What was I supposed to do with the red plastic trash can full of steaming excrement that had the constancy of watered-down pancake batter? Oh, that's gross. I triple bagged it and placed it outside in a spare compartment. We blissfully made it back, and I was able to make it home, stopping only twice more to defile public restrooms. My partner never worked with me again, and the nurses at the ER still haven't forgiven me for their bathroom. Thanks, Haribo. Alright, I'm gonna read one more, and then that'll be the end of this video. And if you want to check out the rest of these, all you have to do is go to Google and type in Haribo Sugar-Free. It'll be like the first one that pops up. Then click on that, go to the second link, and then scroll down to where you want to read. If you want to start from the beginning, go ahead. I just kind of picked some random ones, like 2 in a row, actually, because I didn't really want to... I wanted to read 2 that I hadn't read before, and then... yeah, so... if you want to go check those out, I will try to see if I can put a link below. Before a company goes public, this one's called This Is Your Captain Speaking. Do not eat the red gummy bear. You'll be sorry. Before a company goes public, the highest level executive embark on a multi-city tour with their investment bankers to drum up support for the upcoming IPO. I don't know what that is. This trip is called a roadshow, and since the group will be typically visit dozens of cities on a tight schedule, a private jet is the preferred means of transportation during a roadshow. It is not unusual to visit 2 or 3 cities in a single day, so work starts at the crack of dawn. That doesn't mean the group goes to bed early. Every night, the bankers treat their clients to wild nights, complete with complimentary gummy bears and coffee. Oh God, no. You know where this is going. No matter how hard the group parties the night before, the private jet will lift them off to their next destination very early the next morning. Just for a minute, pretend you're an investment banker traveling with some very important clients on one of those roadshows. Now imagine that you spent the previous night dropping yogi. I don't know what that means, but it sounds horrible. Way beyond your limit, only to be startled out of bed by a piercing 6:30 a.m. wake-up call. In an attempt to get your head and body feeling remotely human again, you scarf down some more warm gummy bears and at least 2 glasses of coffee at the hotel's breakfast buffet before jumping on the shuttle to the private airport. Within a few minutes of arriving at the airport, your entire group is seated and the plane begins to taxi down the runway. At this point, you might feel a bit of a relief as the morning's blur subsides. All you have to do is sit back and relax for the 1-hour flight to the next city. There's just one problem. And you rush to get out of the hotel, down to breakfast, and onto the plane, you forgot to do one crucial thing. Go to the bathroom. And I'm not talking about peeing. You have a stomach full of last night's multicolored death bears, and a coffee churning around your lower intestine at 30,000 feet. But that's not the worst part. True horror sets in when you realize that you're not on a spacious 20-person G5 with couches, beds, lazy boys, and a fully tucked-away private bathroom. No. On this day, you were traveling on a 6-person puddle jumper, sitting shoulder to shoulder with your clients and coworkers, but wait, somehow the story gets even worse. Just over halfway through the flight, all the coffee in my stomach feels like it's percolating its way down into my lower intestine. I hunker down and try and focus on other things. What feels like an hour, but probably isn't more than 20 minutes, passes. Then we enter what turns out to be pretty violent turbulence. With each bounce, I have to fight my body, trying not to poop my pants. 30 minutes to landing, maybe 45, I try and tell myself. Each jostle a gamble I can't afford to lose. I signal to the flight attendant, and she heads towards me. Excuse me, where is the bathroom? Because I don't see a door. I ask while still devoting considerable energy to fighting off what starts to feel like someone shook a seltzer bottle and shoved it up my butt. Oh God. Okay, there's a visual. She looks at me bemused and says, well, we don't really have one per se. Uh-oh. She continues, technically we have one, but it's really just for emergencies. Don't worry, we're landing shortly anyway. I'm pretty sure this qualifies as an emergency, I manage to mutter through my grimace, and I can see the fear in her face as she points nervously to the back seat. The turbulence outside is matched only by the cyclone that is ravaging my bowels. Oh God. She points to the back of the plane and says, there, the toilet is there. For a brief instant, relief passes over my face. She continues, if you pull away the leather cushion from that seat, it's under there. It's a small privacy screen that pulls up around it, but that's it. At this point, I was committed. She had just lit the dynamite, and the mine shaft was set to blow. I turn to look where she is pointing, and I get the urge to cry. I do, but my face is so tightly clenched it makes no difference. The toilet seat is occupied by the CFO, i.e. our frickin' client, our frickin' female frickin' client. Up to this point, nobody has observed my struggle or my exchange with the flight attendant. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. That's all I can say as I limp toward her, like Quasimodo, impersonating a penguin. Oh God. And begin my explanation. Of course, as soon as my competitors see me talking to the CFO, they all perk up to find out what the hell I'm doing. Alright, let's continue. Given my jovial nature and fun-loving attitude thus far on the roadshow, almost everyone thinks I'm joking. She, however, knows right away that I'm anything but and jumps up, moving quickly to where I'd been sitting. I now had to remove the seat top, no easy task when you can barely stand upright, are getting tossed around like a hood rat at a block party and are fighting against a gastrointestinal mount vis-a-vis. Gosh damn. See, told you it slips every once in a while. I managed to peel back the leather seat top to find a rather luxurious looking commode with a nice cherry or walnut frame. It had obviously never been used, ever. This is why moment of clarity came to me, I do not know. Perhaps it was the realization that I was going to take this toilet's virginity with a fury and savagery that was an abomination to its delicate craftsmanship and quality. I imagine some poor Italian carpenter weeping over the violently soiled remains of his once beautiful creation. The lament taste lasted only a second and was quickly back to concentrating on the tiny muscle that stood between me and the molten hot lava. I reached down and pulled up the privacy screens with only seconds to spare before I erupt. It's an Alka-Seltzer bomb, nothing but air and liquid spraying out in all directions, a Jackson Pollock masterpiece. The pressure is now reversed. I feel like I'm having a stroke. I push so hard to the end. To end the relief, the tormented sublime relief. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. My apologies do nothing to drown out the tiniest noises that seem to carry on and reverberate throughout the small cabin indefinitely. If that's not bad enough, I have one more major problem. The privacy screen stops right around shoulder level. I'm sitting there, a disembodied head, in the back of the plane, on a bucking bronco for a toilet, all while looking at my colleagues and competitors and clients directly in the eyes. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain, briefly comes to mind. I literally could reach out with my left hand and rest it on the shoulder of the person adjacent to me. It was virtually impossible for him or any of the others, and by others, I mean high-profile business partners and clients, to avert their eyes. They squirm and try not to look, inclined to do all their best to carry on pretend as if nothing out of the ordinary is happening, that they weren't sharing a stall with some guy dropping his intestines out. Releasing smelly, sweaty shame at 100 feet per second. I'm so sorry, is all the ashamed, disembodied head can say, over and over again, not that it mattered. Oh, here's a really short one, actually. I can do two more short ones. I'm so sorry, Mrs. Teacher's name. Same story as all of the above, only here's my ending. And I was never asked to send snacks to my daughter's class again. And this one is, be sure to buy OxyClean, too. It says, be sure to buy a tub of OxyClean with this to get the blood and diarrhea stains out of your underwear, clothes, furniture, pets, loved ones, and ceiling fans. You're welcome, viewers. If you'd like to see some more of these reviews and have me read them to you hilariously, please give it a thumbs up and add it to your favorites. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Have them subscribe too. And I guess that's it. So I'm happy, you're happy, let's stay happy, and I will see you guys later. Bye!